Hey guys, how's it going? This is Khan, Mr. So Real, and welcome to another episode of the State of the Game for the Division for August the 3rd, 2017. So in this State of the Game, it was actually quite short with very little new information. A few things that were talked about. Hamish got a haircut. I think he cut off some of that hair to make me a wig. Thanks, Hamish. And there's only a few things to really talk about, so this should be a very short video with a couple of clips of them giving you some of the information straight up so that you hear straight from the horse's mouth what's going on. So without further ado, why don't we get started in the State of the Game. Okay, so the first bit of news that we need to talk about is that the PTS has been closed this week. Build number 3 is the last one, and it contains some bug fixes, balancing stuff that's been going on, and everything is in certification for consoles for 1.7. Now 1.7 is slated for sometime in mid-August, and here's a video clip of them giving the details exactly so that you know what's going on.
What's been happening? We closed the PTS this week?
Yes, the PTS was closed with the build PTS 3. Obviously, there was a lot of discussion about, the state of the build. There's definitely a lot of bugs still in there that were on the PTS 3. We've been doing a very, a big pass on all of that. So we have a bunch of fixes that are ready. There's a few tweaks and balancing tweaks that we've been doing on it as well. It's been sent for certification. We are still on track for a release, as I said last week, a release in mid-August.
Cool.
We are not committing to a date yet because
we can't.
Something could still happen.
Sure.
But so far it's all looking good for a mid-August release.
So next on the agenda, the classified gear set items are going to be easier to get from the classified caches in global events. The stats have got a pretty big bump in terms of their drop rate, so here's a video explaining exactly what's going on with that.
So what you get from a classified cache in a global event now, you're going to get 2 guaranteed drops, and these are normally should be the final numbers. From the PTS 3, on PTS 3, when you would get a cache, you would have 1 item, 30% chance it was a classified. Now we're saying when you get a cache, you're going to have 2 items, each one of them 45% chance it's a classified. And on top of that, I haven't mentioned it yet, but on top of that, you have a 12.5% chance to get a 3rd item that has 90% chance to be a classified.
On that bonus drop, which is the 12.5% bonus, it's 90% classified, and then the 10% is something awesome too because that's exotic.
That's exotic, yeah.
So it's not like you have 90% and then the 10% is,
On the 3rd drop, there is no gear set. On the 3rd drop, it's either classified or exotic. There is no normal gear set.
So next on the list of things to know, the first global event is planned to start soon, after or maybe even on the same day of the 1.7 release, and it is planned to go for 1 week, which will include Deadeye, Final Measure, and Lone Star as the classified gear sets that will be available and during the outbreak contamination. So that's the one with the headshots. So if you like that one in the PTS, I actually did like that one, then that is the one that will be available once the PTS starts when 1.7 drops in mid-August. Now, as of note, there are some changes that they mentioned very briefly. One of the changes is that the contamination poison effect has been tuned down. A lot of people were complaining that it was just too strong. It was a bit strong, so they tuned it down. I'd like to see how strong it's going to be. That should be interesting. A change to strikers classified that I think is really, really important, and that is that the stack will reset once you're out of combat. So the stack for, I'm guessing, healing, they didn't say which stack it would be, so I'm guessing maybe even all stacks, including the damage and the healing ones, would dissipate once you go out of combat. And I'm not so sure that was the right way to fix that, but that's what it is, so that's what we get. Now, the next thing of note that they talked about was that the shotguns will only get the slight change that was in the version 3 of the PTS. There won't be any further changes to shotguns or the SASGs, as a lot of people have been complaining about them and saying that they haven't been nerfed enough. that is going to be something that they are going to look at and kind of monitor to see what needs to be changed. The interesting thing about that is that Strikers is not going to be in the first global event, so them changing anything with shotguns, even if they did nerf it really hard, wouldn't really matter because you can't really test it with Strikers and the SASG nerf at all, so it really wouldn't matter at all in that case. Now, the other thing of note that they said, just in case you weren't aware, the Ninja bag will be in the loot pool for 1.7. So if you missed out on those, or if you deleted them, jinx, then you will have a chance to get a new one and see how it all works out. Now, the next thing that they talked about was lag. They didn't really say exactly what they were going to do, but there is a little video. I'll let Yannick give his speech on what's going on with lag and what they plan on doing and when they plan to announce anything going forward with lag. Here we go.
Lag. Okay. So yes, big discussion. A lot of feedback we're getting from the community on that. I mean, it's been going on for a while, and we know that latency has always been a concern.
Yeah.
But as of especially since 1.6, 1.6.1, there's been an increase of complaints on lag.
Yeah.
So we have like pretty in-depth investigation going on right now about all the latency complaints, about all the lag issues, trying to identify what could be the causes of that, if there is one root cause that managed to make its way into the game, or if it's all separated things.
Yeah.
So we are looking at that right now. We are making some good progress. We are not ready yet to say if we're going to make any improvements. So far, it's just an investigation, trying to find out what is wrong, what is going on. There's been a very good thread that was posted on Reddit by Joker Unique. So if you guys are using Reddit and if you're experiencing lag, please go there and report it. Any report we get on lag is very useful, especially when there are video evidence, or especially when there is information about what platform you're using, what condition did you experience it in.
Mm-hmm.
Like anything like that would help us. And I'm hoping that next week we will have more information and we will be able to talk a bit more about that. We want to explain to you guys what we're doing and what we're looking at and what could be the causes of that. So as soon as we have more information based on this investigation, we will do a state of the game and talk about that. Looking at it now doesn't mean that there was no issue before. It just means that now we're really committed to fixing it.
And that, my friends, is going to do it for this week's State of the Game recap, letting you know exactly what it is you missed if you missed the State of the Game. If you'd like to see the State of the Game in its entirety, you can go over to the Twitch channel for The Division, and you can watch all of their State of the Games pretty much on backlog, and you can see it exactly as it was and filter through it yourself, just in case you want to waste some time. Then you can go ahead and check that out. So that was it. I am Con, Mr. So Real. I guess I will catch you guys in the next one. Let me know what you guys think of these new global events in 1.7. Are you hyped for it? Are you excited for it? Let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section. And don't forget to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Mixer, and all those other things. I will be streaming later on. So why don't you come in and join me, have a chat, sit down, chill, and watch some gameplay of whatever game it is that I'm playing. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow for the vendor reset. I'm gone. Peace.
Huh.